Lady Cordelia, I may have discovered where Paganini went wrong.
Indeed? I knew it. Show me. I must know his wicked folly.
The etude requires a very unorthodox fingering. It's quite bizarre, most eccentric. It violates every convention a master like yourself could be expected to observe.
Show it, show it.
May I?
The transcriptor is a torturer and an idiot. I told Lawton at least a dozen times it had to be wrong. I'd like to wring his neck. Thank you, Mr. Holmes, for pointing out the error of his ways.
Might you now tell me, my lady, why Lord Lawton has been reluctant to speak with me?
Caution, Mr. Holmes. Simple prudence. Lord Lawton is on a very short tether. The peccadilloes, financial encumbrances, and legal obligations of his past meet me everywhere in town. He must avoid untoward entanglements of any sort or imperil his marriage prospects. He may regard you as a threat to his expectations.
But I bear him no ill will. I intend him no harm.
I dare say. But the road to oblivion is paved with good intentions. You are trouble incarnate, Mr. Holmes. Troubles employ you. They nurture you. And I'll wager you almost always leave trouble in your wake. Now, I must practice. You can see yourselves out.
What can you tell me about Lord Lawton's man, Jenkins?
He's too forward by half, for starters. Lord Lawton allows him to play billiards, for heaven's sake. A prescription for encouraging a servant to get above himself.
Perhaps they enjoy the competition.
Nonsense. It's an unhealthy passion. I've told Jenkins that his behaviour is unseemly. He continues to spite me. When we combine households, he'll be looking for work, sans references.
Lady Lockridge, who is Mr. Hargrove?
Discovered a secret, have you? I suppose you've earned it. Edward Hargrove, Mount Street, is the demi-monde's current darling. Dubious clientele. Persistent, disagreeable rumours. But Lawton insisted. And he did a good job. Still, a woman of my standing and position can't afford to be associated with such a person. He's not unimpeachably respectable.
Hello, Charles. We're not interrupting.
Just finishing up, Sherlock. How's your brother? Dreadful accident. Coming round, is he?
Out of immediate danger, thank you. You remember my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson?
Of course. Hello, Doctor. Make yourselves comfortable in the loosest meaning of the word. I'll be with you in a moment.
You've assembled a remarkable group of character portraits.
They are open, if slightly smeared, windows onto our capricious times.
I keep a collection for similar purposes, mostly criminal subjects.
And the small posters are my rogues exhibit, villains all.
The portrait of Kropotkin is revealing.
Admirable man. His major weakness is prophesying war every next fortnight.
Even anarchists need a hobby, I suppose. This small portrait is distinctive. Who is it? Or more to the point, what is it?
Well observed. That was and may well be Louis Baptiste Gautier, the terrorist absconded from the Paris cells without a trace in 1857.
Very interesting. An artist has introduced age to the image of the younger man's face, so he might be recognized if he reappeared.
Exactly. My artist drew on the old picture and then photographed his work.
He's a clever craftsman, your artist. Who is he?
Nigel Hemmings, illustrator and portrait artist by training. First rate. No one would buy his painting, so he took up photography.
The posters are very well drawn. Same artist?
Yes, Hemmings says the American police call them mug shots.
Peculiar expression. Some of these must be extrapolations from old photos, adding beards and wrinkles and so on.
Yes, and others are subjects I've seen and described. With a first-person account, he can age a man, get his expression right, that sort of thing.
Scotland Yard could benefit from his skill.
You're right, of course, but would they? I heard Lestrade say Bertillon's system of criminal identification was a bunch of foreign nonsense. He takes so badly to new methods.
Don't I know it? I'm trying to identify a man, Charles. Might I explore your memory?
You can try. I assume your inquiry is confidential?
Acute as ever. The man figures somehow in the murder of a civil servant. Secrets of state are at risk.
What does he look like?
I've never seen him, but one who did says he's thickly built, fair, with a small discoloration on his bearded face, perhaps a birthmark. He was wearing a dark slouch hat and cape, and he speaks German.
Well, language is not decisive. He could be German, Austrian, Prussian, Hungarian, Polish, even Russian. Anything else?
Regrettably, no. The witness' vantage point and the lack of light made expression and gait unremarkable. He couldn't even guess at his age.
No one springs to mind, Sherlock. Or rather, 10 men do, but are they in England? Is he a criminal, secret agent, a diplomat? With so little to differentiate them, I'm useless, I'm afraid.
With such meagre details, my hopes were not high.
Give me particulars, man, then maybe I can help. Or if not me, someone I know.